Fabulous Engineering Limited, Zambia's largest and most advanced modern engineering company. We provide superior engineering solutions of any scale and are committed to delivering highly professional and comprehensive service to our customers, ensuring complete satisfaction. We are unaffected by power cut as we have installed 2 high-capacity generators. This guarantees round-the-clock efficiency. FAIR boasts of unique and exclusive machineries such as lathe, universal boring and milling, internal slotting, surface grinder, shaping, radial drilling, heat treatment furnace for hardening, shutter manufacturing, ducting pipe manufacturing, rolling, plate banding, hydraulic press, plasma cutting machines, fuel pump testing bench, injector testing machine, hydraulic pipe clamping machine, hydraulic pipe fitting, and many more. We are manufacturing specialists of shop shutters and ducting pipes. We also offer the following services: maintenance and repair and on-site support. Call us on 0955 764 011, 0979 698 382 or 0969 064 419. Email info@fabulousengineering.com. We are located at plot number 7204 Kachiza Road, Light Industrial Area in Lusaka. Fabulous Engineering Limited, Zambia's largest and most advanced engineering company.
Hello, good evening and a warm welcome to Camnet Television. Camnet, not just another channel. I'm your presenter, Namwenga Mwenga. We now look at the news headlines. Chongwe farmers give kudos to FRA. Many families live below food basket JCTR. Kalingalinga man loses teeth over coins. Lesotho's former First Lady arrested for murder. Zoom conferencing in record high profits. We now take a break.
Dr. Bigron, musaibala komutienda ukuni gift na land. Uchenkubeti uibise mojo basayone. Oh! Mwina mochi, nakuletera njinga. Latest inaluvesi gear na mawaipa.
Difficult, tidia shidia njinga. Liamu 19 pendefcon. Transport, we got it.
Nanga phone for communication. Ipu sana chizungu. Yeah, you see what I mean?
It's a Camnet difficult.
It's communication. We got it.
Mommy! Powerful system ndimba X-Buzz.
Mufumile kukalale. Na mnaimo muli bakumushi. We got it. Yo Bigron, utole no leta nchemfule mungani. Ngejo wachira pose nchinshi. 1, 2, 3. Both of you. Kabala ngempanga. Don't be stupid. We got it.
Another news in detail. Chongwe farmers have commended government for placing the buying price for a 50 kg bag of maize at 110. The farmers say they are content with the price and will not make losses amidst the responsibility of buying fertilizer, as they already have been giving subsidies from the cooperatives they belong, which is still enough for them. They have, however, urged their fellow farmers to grow enough maize to sustain the national demand and be able to export as well. Here is a report.
Ativira wabino chabe. Yanikani ya bwino uti ngati bagulisa pa 110 upampa na mine mtuma gulisira pa 90 ngakale ya bwino chwa uti umpaga zaka kwa profit kangu. Ba government ngati bagwanisa ngati ngati pasego mpata uti zigulisa na outside company Zambia so that bantu bazikonvera ko uti bapirika kuma
the farming issue we have concerning fertilizers, to me, I find it to be fair on the price. We only contribute per pack, we only contribute 500 kwacha membership to the cooperatives we belong to. So when you contribute 400 kwacha, then the 100 kwacha is membership. Then at the end, when you are given fertilizers, you are given 6 packs.
Meanwhile, the National Democratic Congress Party NDC has charged that the Food Reserve Agency FRA 2019-2020 offer of 110 per 50 kg bag of maize is way too little to sustain the farmers. The NDC party leader Chishimba Kambuli says the 110 against a 50 kg bag of maize is a huge loss as farming inputs have become expensive. Mr. Kambuli has further advised FRA to rescind its offer for the sake of the poor farmers.
The price of fertilizer now on the market is about 500,000 kwacha. Last year's price for fertilizer was about 350 to 400. But for this year it has gone to 500. Would you be fair to maintain the same price that you were buying last year? Government offered 110 last year. The implements have gone up. Equipment has gone up. Electricity has gone up. How do you expect the farmers to survive? For me, the 110 kwacha that government is offering is far below the expectation. But I want to appeal to the private sector to move in and offer a better price. Because if you don't offer a better price, farmers will be discouraged from growing maize next year. And then we'll have a hunger situation in this country. And besides, government has started giving permits for the exportation of mealie meal. We are creating our own grave. We are digging our own grave. So in a nutshell, the price that government is giving is not attractive. But you have a government that doesn't care. You have a government of people that have prioritized personal gain than providing leadership.
Marketeers in Chongwe district have called on government to consider constructing a market for the trading businesses. The marketeers narrated to Camnet TV News how their goods go to waste due to lack of a proper shelter. We have more in this report.
Life has become difficult for Chongo residents, especially the marketeers who are trading on scorching sun. These traders have revealed to Camnet News just how the trading business is affected as their perishable goods perish too soon due to lack of proper shelter.
Mapeza kapa market pamene pano nigulisa milisi na tomato na veggie na maonyonyo na vinango manje timavutika time ya zuva hivi maveji mankala bofota na zuva tomato imankala zuva ikabala maninga imankala yote katuma chati taya chape maveji amasweta kasweta kai timankala pivini kachukua cha zuva imataya chape so isedandaule yatu ni yakuti pazuva timankala bovutika tifuna kopa uti at least uliko nangoroshota yauti vintu kazinkala kose off.
After having an interaction with some marketeers, it is discovered there is a lack of a market at Chongwe in an area called Ground. As you can see in this video footage, the marketeers are trading in open. We could all begin to imagine just what happens during the rain season.
Mashota palibe so tingo bali wachabe na zuwa mnando kuti mashota tibe so tipempa ko tanzizwa government sebwanjwa tianganileko ela futi fambiri tina mitima za kuti tingase business but manje po kuti kwanja titandizire kwa government kuti at least watanze ko tungono mame hapa sala ko banza tutundrama tuna cloud nice tibwanjwa pamoja pa tifake panda tina bana basuku ametandizira tingala na bana banshiwa ndio ametisunga manyumba manje ka business kakachepa tikanga kuti tipeke bana ku school.
They have called on government to come to their aid by constructing a market for the traders. They say they are tired of trading in the open as it is unhygienic.
A 28-year-old resident of Kalingalinga compound has lost 2 of his teeth after unknown people pounced on him yesterday night. Benny Zulu has told Camnet TV News in an interview that the incident happened as he was walking home from work when unknown people tried to rob him but ended up walking away with coins, as that was all he had. Mr. Zulu also explained that the matter has been reported to Mtendere police station, but that not much help seems to be coming from the station. However, Mtendere police post chief officers say he cannot comment on the matter without authorization from the police spokesperson or the police commissioner. Meanwhile, efforts to get a comment from the police spokesperson, Esther Katongo, proved futile as her phone went unanswered by press time.
Vinashitika sinakondoe navo kwe watine nikomboka kunchito nsenzera kutali kuja manje kulibe na kansera hali wonse jamini kuti toko kulibe security kota zilanga ati majanki wama basi ane awapangira ti chirenje chanchani jamini isetingoenda soche jamini. I was attacked mwaizi waka so inevenifuna ini nifuna bwanji ma security aveni futi mwenti mapitira mwane omo mukaika ko ma security light yasonika at least ko moneka ali wonsane kila mwapitira ine so abaveni muona wanancha attacked yesterday night nishinikomboka che kunchito che jamene nishinchoko sakila vintu vakudya kuti mwana wanga adye, you see. So imwe onani apa na meno yonse onanchusaya vasakira chani azeni veve kunitimba so nifuna ko va president lokapena no minister wa kansela wane awa vaganzepo vochita aveni kuti na kuma polisi ukalita ripoti vapezeka kuti sweka konzero ati havana kutimbira kuti kwe uko ati so zivaveunga chite tipaseko ili yonse kuti tikavagwirise ya tax ine mainza icho sakuti please napapata.
Monza Town Council officials have expressed dismay at the rate at which Anita Construction Company, who are constructing the district transit bus terminus, is undertaking its work. Council Secretary Benson Bwenje has warned the contractor, the project manager and the consultant, reminding them that so far the contract has been extended for 2 consecutive times based on their request and recommendations without completing the works in the agreed period. Bwenje was speaking during a check on the progress of the station, which was scheduled for handover on the 12th of April 2020. Mr. Bwenje has pointed out that the Provincial Procurement Committee was given enough time to complete the works, yet its contracts kept requesting for extensions without considering the cost of the government. In response, the contractor has since promised to deliver the work plan before close of business on Monday next week. Here's a report. Local is laka, as a common adage that promotes local goods and services goes. For a long time now, Zambians have been pressuring the country's leadership to promote local investments. Monza Town Council officials have, however, expressed dismay at the rate at which a local construction company, Anita, is undertaking its work. The said construction company was last year 2019 assigned to construct a Monza district transit bus terminus. Council Secretary Benson Bwenje, who inspected the site, has told the contractor, project manager and the consultant to be mindful of the costs attached to the project, as the company so far extended the grace period for more than 2 times.
It has become a cost, it's no longer an investment. An investment, you put money, you tell the use. So this one is cost.
The incomplete project was slated for handover on the 12th of April 2020. Furthermore, Council Socio-Economic Planner has instructed the contractor to give a specific date when the handover will be made. The contractor has since assured the council officials that the project will soon be finalized.
It's complete. I think it's just the installation of the doors and the windows. Now, in the restaurant, there's still some work which is remaining there. And I think the electrical wiring is still not done.
Reporting for Camnet Television in Monza, Zambia, Namwinga Mwinga. We now take a break. We'll be back shortly for more news after this.
Savenda General Insurance Limited is a young and vibrant insurance company that is focused on changing the outlook of the insurance landscape.
At Savenda General Insurance, we believe in a quick settlement of claims because we believe the customer is the reason why we exist.
Such living proof motivates us to know that you can count on us to actually be there for you in times of need.
We have been able to pay claims of about 14 million kwacha.
Savenda General Insurance Limited offers aviation, agriculture, marine, fire, motor vehicle, engineering and construction, and miscellaneous insurance.
Come and see what we're able to offer, what we can do. You will never be disappointed because we are here for you.
For further details, call us on 0211 250 278 or 0955 555744.
I've always been passionate about moving forward as fast as I could. Even as a child, all I ever wanted was to take first place at everything I put work towards. Whether I'm on the track or in the lecture room, my goal is to come out on top.
Growing up, we were always called Mafasho. You could say this paved the way for who we would become. We owe our success to our understanding of the power of storytelling, understanding what people connect to in order to give them what they desire.
We have always been passionate about people and honoring their stories. Our learning experience gave us the knowledge to channel our creativity into a business.
In order to start any successful journey, we must have a place to start. Even if that means we keep our mental image in focus as we become the inevitable solution to society's inevitable problems.
Which is why we all start our journey here.
You're still watching Camnet Television. Camnet, not just another channel. Now the rest of the news. Government has been accused of being behind the gassing incidences that caused confusion and speculation across the country. Opposition National Democratic Congress Party leader Chishimba Kambuli says only government knows the people behind gassing and must tell the Zambian citizens. We have more in this report.
What started as a small event in Chingola district in Zambia's Copperbelt province, where unknown people started spraying unknown chemicals in people's homes, ended up spreading to all parts of the country. The issue of spraying of people's homes, public institutions and schools with chemicals instilled fear and security uncertainty, forcing the government to deploy soldiers to start conducting patrols at night. However, mystery still surrounds who the people behind what has come to be known as gassing are or what their motives were, although unconfirmed gassing incidences. According to the police figures, about 43 people were killed, some burnt by instant justice mobs, while 23 were injured after being suspected of spraying chemicals. The police further said a number of people have been arrested in connection with the spraying of chemicals, and up to date, investigations are still on. Speaking in a phone call interview with Home Affairs spokesperson Nefas Chifuta, he says the ministry has no information on who exactly was behind the gassing of citizens in Zambia. Speaking on this topic, National Democratic Congress Party President Chishimba Kambuli suspects government was behind the gassing of its own citizens.
All over the world, if a situation like gassing of its citizens arises all over the world and they don't give you a feedback of who was involved and who was doing it, just know that government is behind that. Because there's no way. Government has got DEC, has got DEC, which is DEC, has got anti-corruption, has got the Office of the President, has got police intelligence. How can you fail to go to the bottom of an issue like gassing? It clearly shows that government knows something and they're hiding something. If they are not, I challenge them. Please release the report of the gassing incident so that the people of Zambia know who was behind that. Because, you see, we will now be made to believe what people were saying, that the whole thing was meant to try and malign the opposition and arrest some of us that were behind the gassing. We heard in the, in the background that people were saying, no, this is a way of arresting Akainde Ichilembani Chimbakambwili so that they don't participate in next year's elections. So we are believing those allegations because government has failed to live up to their expectation by giving the people of Zambia a report, conclusive report of who was behind the gassing. I'm now believing that indeed it's government who were behind the gassing. Just like the burning of markets. No, we know the perpetrators, we know. The vice president went on the site at City Market and said, we know who has done this. Please tell us who did it. Even this COVID, you heard Lusambo say, we know the people are behind it and very soon they'll be arrested. No arrests have been made. What a government.
Dr. Kambwili challenged government to defend itself by finding the people behind the gassing incidences. Camnet TV News, Lusaka.
The United Party for National Development, UPND youths that have accused the ruling Patriotic Front PF of insulting God regarding the Kariba water levels. UPND National Youth Chairman Trevor Mwinde allegedly confirmed that the water levels of Kariba Dam are more than enough, charging that the PF politicians have been fooling the Zambians. Mr. Mwinde says this following claims that the Kariba water levels are low, hence intense load shedding. He was speaking during the party's inspection in Livingstone, Southern Province.
Been taken advantage of for too long. People in this country, they have been fooled. And these people that have been fooling us are well-known conmen who cheat and lie that they are politicians. Last year, almost a similar time like now, we did hear a careless thinking, a loosely connected, mentally loosely connected politician who went on air and stated that if the Zambian people wanted electricity, they needed to urinate in the mighty Zambezi River. But God can never be insulted. We want to put it on record to you evil thinkers, to you people that think that can demonize this country, that God can never be fooled. This river was created by God. Before we even came into existence, before I was even born.
The Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection, JCT-ARA, has urged government through the Ministry of Finance to come up with ways of ensuring that people do not starve. JCT-ARA Program Manager Faith and Trust Innocent Ndashe says many households are below the monthly food basket. Ms. Ndashe, who has told Camnet TV News that the food basket for the month of May 2020 stands at 7,100 kwacha, added that the amount excludes the other basic needs such as grocery, transport costs, medical expenses, and fees for school-going children, to mention but a few for a family of 5 people.
If you look at how we closed 2019, you see that the cost of living was maybe around closer to 7,000 kwacha, and when you come to this situation, I think the cost of living has pretty much remained high, closer to 7,200. But even that amount, in our case, I mean, if we release 7,158 kwachas, the cost of living, that is a bare minimum. Because households, like for example, at the moment, they are sending children to school. That is an expense. There's maybe someone fell ill within the family, they have expenses. There's the whole issue of if you are moving from one place, whether you are doing business or you are working, there's some transport fee that is involved. But those are not added to the 7,100. So no wonder we say that the 7,100 plus, that's the bare minimum.
Zambian Breweries PLC has announced a loss per share of 203% for year ended 31st March 2020, higher than that of the corresponding period of last year. In its announcement issued by Company Secretary Vongai Chiwaridzo, the brewery company faced significant headwinds in the year under review. Margins were eroded due to the high levels of inflation, which triggered widespread escalations in local costs. Meanwhile, the softening exchange rate was responsible for a substantial increase in the prices of imported packaging materials and other inputs. Chiwaridzo, however, added that the shareholders have advised that the information contained in the trading statement has not been reviewed nor reported by the external auditors of the company. The company expects its results for the period ended 31st March 2020 to be released on or about 8th March of 2020. On the foreign exchange rate news, the kwacha was today 3rd of June 2020 buying at 18.07 ngwe, selling at 18.42 ngwe per $1 according to information obtained from Camnet Bank PLC. The kwacha rally came to a halt on Tuesday following a wane in inflows from exporters and sellers. The kwacha began the day trading at 18.25 ngwe and 18.30 ngwe. However, by noon, the local unit was seen being quoted at 18.35 ngwe and 18.40 ngwe kwacha at a level it maintained until close to business. In their report, Camnet Bank says that the market activity was rather flat as most players had anticipated a further rally of the kwacha below the 18 kwacha per $1. Should importer demand continue slowing down, the local unit is likely to remain flat interim with limited movements to the downside. In stories around Africa, the World Health Organization has announced a fresh outbreak of the Ebola virus in the Democratic Republic of Congo. World Health Organization Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus disclosed this via his Twitter handle Monday, 1st June 2020. According to him, 6 cases of the viral disease and 4 deaths have been recorded in DRC. The new Ebola outbreak was detected in western DRC near Bandaka, Equator province. He added that the World Health Organization already has staff in that city supporting the new Ebola outbreak response, who is continuing to monitor and respond to many health emergencies, he tweeted. The Ebola outbreak is a reminder that COVID-19 is not the only health threat that people have to face. Police in Lesotho have arrested the country's former First Lady, Messiah Tabane, over the 2017 murder of the then estranged wife of the recently resigned Prime Minister Thomas Tabane. According to Al Jazeera Africa, Messiah Tabane, who was out on bail, is suspected of orchestrating the shooting of Lopelilo Tabane in the capital, Moseru. We now take a break. We'll be back shortly for more news after this.
The Cowbell Choco formula has been stolen. Get it back at all costs.
Tasting Cowbell Choco gives you the get up and go to be at the top of your game. Now with Vitality Plus Iron. Great tasting Cowbell Choco, a creamy chocolatey drink that helps give energy to get up and go.
Super Cereal. Super Cereal.
Super Cereal. We always start our day with nutritious Super Cereal. It's so easy to make. Just add hot water or milk.
Fortified with essential vitamins, gives you energy and keeps you alert. Super cereal is so good for you. Comes in 3 yummy flavors: original, banana, and strawberry, and tastes so good.
Easy Super Cereal is made from non-GMO maize and soya and is good for the whole family. Found in all leading stores. Quick and easy.
Tastes delicious. Full of goodness.
Makes you stronger.
Super Cereal.
Easy Super Cereal. Brought to you by Java Foods.
Welcome back, and finally in international news, Zoom, a teleconferencing company, has seen a massive increase in profits and has doubled its annual sales forecast. The teleconferencing company made 27 billion United States dollars in the first quarter of 2020 and expects sales to double despite security and private fears. Zoom's revenue for its fiscal first quarter between February and April more than doubled from the same time last year to $328 million, turning a profit of $27 million compared with $198,000 a year ago. The increase is driven by a surge in users as more people work from home and connect with friends online during the coronavirus crisis. The once obscure Zoom video communications, which has rapidly emerged as the latest Silicon Valley gold mine, released financial results on Tuesday showing the astronomical growth that has turned into a stock market star. The surge has left Zoom with a market value of about $59 billion, greater than the combined market values of the 4 largest U.S. airlines, which have seen their businesses hampered by the coronavirus outbreak that has dramatically curtailed the travel. And finally, at least 20 people, including children, have died in landslides in India's northeastern Assam state. After days of heavy rains, several makeshift homes gave way on Tuesday morning. The community is now bracing for even more rain in the coming days. We monitored Al Jazeera for more on this story.
An entire village rallies to save a neighbor. He is among those who survived landslides along India's Barak Valley. For other families, a loss of hope. No need to rush to an ambulance as this man carries a lifeless body. Families were still sleeping when the landslides washed over their homes. There was no warning and no time to escape. Amir says he lost his father, mother, and 3 siblings. He desperately tried to save them, but it was too late.
It was early in the morning and it was raining hard, and then the landslide hit. All the houses drowned under the mud.
Before rescue teams arrived, neighbors tried to find survivors. Ali managed to save his 2 children, but lost his teenage sister.
I was in the middle of my morning routine. I walked towards the street and then I heard the noise and saw the landslide. I didn't know what to do. I realized that my son and daughter were both under the mud. First I dragged my younger child out and then I started shouting, asking people for help. I then gave my son to my father and tried to drag my daughter out. I managed to rescue her, but I couldn't find my young sister.
Heavy rains hit districts along India's border with Bangladesh in recent days. Thousands of people took shelter in Assam state last month when heavy floods threatened entire villages. Even more concerning, the region is expecting the monsoon season in the coming days. Now, as an entire community mourns, it's also bracing for more rain. Katia Lopez-Odoyan, Al Jazeera.
We've come to the end of the news, and now a recap of the top stories. Chongwe farmers give kudos to FRA. Many families live below food basket JCTR. Kalingalinga man loses teeth over coins. Lesotho's former First Lady arrested for murder. Zoom conferencing in record high profits. And now our memory verse, for today comes from the book of Psalms 107 verse 1. The Bible says, Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. This has been Camnet Television, not just another channel. Good night and God bless you.